Hey everybody, happy Sunday. ABC 10 meteorologist Brenden Mincheff here with a winter storm update. The first major winter storm of the year. Well, it is just about here. Winter storm warning is now in effect for everywhere that you see here in pink. Ahead of this storm, widespread 1 to 4 feet of snow above about 4,000 feet in elevation. Wind gusts likely over 50 miles per hour for most of this event, and that means blowing snow will be an issue, and that reduces visibility while driving. And just the amount of snow that we're going to see combined with that blowing snow means travel may be impossible at times through the Sierra over the next few days. Here's satellite and radar as of about 8:30 tonight. You can see all the rain and snow moving onshore at this point as the system gets much closer to our region of Northern California, but already the northern coast seeing lots of rain and snow. Again, as of about 8:30, not seeing any rain yet, but it is coming for later on tonight. Here's something to know. I-80, no chain control yet, but Caltrans is checking semi-trucks for chains at Applegate and then in Nevada, on the Nevada side at Mogul. So if you do not have your maximum chains, not equipped, but at least with you, if you're not carrying maximum chains, you will not be allowed into the Sierra. Again, this is at Applegate where they are checking. There's no chain controls yet, but they're checking. They just want to make sure you have them if needed. First thing we'll notice tonight are those wind speeds picking up. Wind gusts close to 30 miles per hour at times, possible in the valley, a little bit stronger in the Sierra overnight. But in the valley, at least, those winds will be relaxing a little bit for your morning commute. Low temperatures, about 49 in Sacramento, 49 in Elk Grove, 52 Stockton, about 46 in Modesto, 48 Angels Camp, 49 in Jackson. But we are looking at some rain in the valley tonight. Not all night long, but for a few hours at least. 80% chance that we see some precip. So let's go ahead and jump in, take a look at future tracks. So as we go through the few remaining hours this evening, what's going to happen is these rain bands are going to start to move into the valley. So once we get towards 11 o'clock, moving really from northwest to southeast generally, but we'll be passing through the valley. Sacramento, Stockton, Modesto, all looking at rain overnight, as well as areas to the north. As soon as that hits the Sierra, it's really going to change to snow very quickly. Looking for snow levels to be between about 4,500 and 5,500 feet overnight tonight. And by the time we get to that Monday morning commute around 7 a.m., could already see a few inches of snow along 50 and 80. But there's a lot more to come. Might be a little wet, the roads in the valley for the Monday morning commute, but it shouldn't actually be raining during your Monday morning commute. Different story for the evening, though. So let's get towards Monday at about 12:30. Starting to see some more showers working their way back through the valley. Snow continues, maybe tapering off for a little bit through the Monday morning, Monday lunchtime hours, but that snow coming back. Once we get towards your Monday evening commute, again, still some lingering showers in the valley, but snow really hitting hard in the Sierra. At this point, we're seeing a lot of snow. Again, it's been snowing for most of the day at this point. So by Monday evening's commute, we're going to be seeing a lot of snow in the Sierra. And that's not really going to go anywhere. We're going to get a second round of rain and snow that starts to move in. This is midnight on Tuesday. So more rain in those overnight hours Tuesday. But we'll also see rain and snow for the morning commute on Tuesday. This is 6 a.m. on Tuesday. You can see all the rain and all the snow that continues in Northern California. So now we're getting closer to lunchtime on Tuesday. Still seeing rain, still seeing snow. Now we're into Tuesday afternoon. Still seeing rain, still seeing snow. Some of these showers could actually be thunderstorms. Not looking at a lot of thunder, but we could see a little bit as we do have some instability in the region, and that goes for the foothills as well. So rain and snow, even some thunder possible until we get towards Wednesday morning. Then we start to see rain and snow both tapering off, although that snow could linger through around lunchtime on Wednesday before it finally starts to get on out of here. So how much are we talking? Well, in terms of rainfall, I'm looking along and east of Interstate 5, 1 to 2 inches of rain, closer to 3 inches in the foothills. If you are west of Interstate 5, it looks more like a half an inch of rain to an inch of rain, although those numbers are fluctuating. And because we'll see some thunderstorms, if a particular area gets caught under a thunderstorm, you're going to see a lot more rain. A lot more rain is going to fall in a shorter amount of time. So we will see locally higher amounts, but ballpark looking at 1 to 2 inches along and east of Interstate 5. Snow levels are very quickly going to go up, the snow total. So 0 to 4 inches right along 2,500 to 3,500 feet in elevation, 0 to 4 inches, then 4 to 10 inches. Then very quickly, that's going to go 10 to 20, 20 to 50 inches widespread across the Sierra above about 5,000 feet. 4,500 to 5,000 feet is where I'm looking for that 20 to 50 inches mark to happen. Of course, the higher amounts will happen on the highest elevations, but then along and south of US 50, especially Kirkwood to the south, could be seeing 50 inches or more on the highest peaks. So we are looking at significant travel disruptions with this storm, but we are also looking at a nice start to our water year. 1 to 2 inches, again, is the ballpark for the valley. I talked about it just a second ago, is that thunderstorm placement. Areas that see thunderstorms or see a storm pass over them will have end up with a higher rainfall total at the end of the day than areas that don't. Snow, it's a little trickier. Looking ballpark above 4,000 feet, 20 inches to 40 inches. Of course, we're going to see those higher amounts on the highest elevations, but 60 inches is not out of the question for some of the highest peaks, especially south of US 50. If you're between 2,000 to 4,000 feet, 2 to 6 inches, with the high end being about 12 inches of snow. So again, lots of snow inbound. Winter storm severity index for Tuesday shows us extreme impacts both for large portions of 50 and 80. So just if you are planning to travel through the Sierra, if you can help it, don't travel through the Sierra until at least Wednesday evening or Thursday morning. Again, if you can help it, not always possible. But if you are having to head up through the Sierra, keep these things in mind. Expect major travel delays. Lots of snow, lots of wind as well. Near whiteout conditions possible at times. Road closures will be very likely, especially off of 80 and 50 and east side roads. But even closures of 80 and 50 themselves will be possible. Chain controls will absolutely be active. And bottom line is there are times, I've said this a couple times, but I just want to emphasize that there are times over the next few days where travel may not be possible at all through the Sierra just because of the snow, the blowing snow. It's going to be a mess. And especially if we get people that are spinning out, if we get people trying to go up there without chains, it's going to be a mess. They're going to shut that road down. Travel may be impossible at times. Just keep that in mind. Bottom line, if you don't have to go through the Sierra over the next few days, don't. It's going to keep your life, make your life a lot easier. Be sure to stay with ABC 10 both on air and online for the very latest on this winter weather that's moving into Northern California.